Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain standing for the national anthem performed by Divisi Strings. Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to South Texas College of Law Houston's May 2024 commencement ceremony. My name is Mike Berry. I have the honor of serving as the president of South Texas College of Law, and on behalf of our school, to our 231 graduates in the class of 2024, in front of your parents, your spouses, your significant others, your children, your grandparents, your tias, your abuelas, your uncles, your aunts, your friends, and your colleagues, I have the honor of saying, congratulations, you have made it. Families and friends, even you way back in the back row, we see you back there. We welcome you today as well. You are a part of our South Texas family. We know that our graduates are able to make it to this stage today in large part because of you, the support you have given them, the sacrifices you have made for them. I expect that each of them today will take a moment or several to express their heartfelt appreciation to you. And on behalf of your students and on behalf of all of us, we want to acknowledge you as well. Thank you for the role you have played in our graduates' lives. Now, a quick digression. When our students arrived at orientation a quick 3 years ago, I took a picture of them for social media because, after all, if it's not shared to the entire world, did it really happen? And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't do the same thing today. So I'll post this after. You can do a before and after picture to see how many more gray hairs you have. But let's get ready. All right, graduates. Smile. All right, that will be on LinkedIn in about 30 minutes. I'd like to welcome the stage party this morning. I will first recognize the representatives of our board of directors who are with us today. I will ask that each of you stand and we can applaud for them at the end. Janora Boykins is our board chair. The Honorable Teresa Chang. Benny Agosto. Ephraim Del Pelso. Mitchell Katine. Nick Lanza, the Honorable Sharon McCauley, Sharon Schweitzer, and the President of our South Texas Alumni Association and board member, Jennifer Stogner. Thank you. Thank you for your leadership and your commitment to our school. And now will you also join me in acknowledging our faculty? Please stand. These scholars have taught our graduates legal rules, legal skills, legal writing, advocacy, professionalism. These faculty members have been more than teachers, though. They've been advisors and mentors, there to celebrate successes and commiserate in losses. Our faculty make South Texas a special community, a family. Please celebrate them. Before we begin our celebrations today, I ask that you join me, please, in remembering Alice Mounier, a 2L student who passed away yesterday. Please keep her husband, her 2 children, and her family in your prayers. I also would like to acknowledge one individual who would have been with us today for graduation, but is not. Please remember Maxim Rodriguez, our friend and our colleague who passed away in September. His family joins us today, and we celebrate him, a unique, captivating, and vibrant member of our community and of this class of 2024. Graduates, you are the first graduating class of the 2nd century of South Texas College of Law, Houston. You embody the hopes and dreams of our founders and our first faculty from 1923. They created a brand new law school where the opportunity to receive an excellent legal education was then, and remains now, available to a diverse group of students. Students who are resilient, who are dedicated, who are willing to put in the work, and committed to accomplishing their goals. For more than 100 years, our graduates have gone on to serve the legal profession and our community with distinction. Throughout this past century, we have maintained a tradition of excellence, and the proof of that is here, in you, the high standards that you have set. Indeed, you have achieved excellence. You persisted. You worked hard, perhaps even a bit harder than you anticipated you would have to. From your first recitation in contracts or torts, through midterms and finals, to your first appellate brief, through law review, student organizations, advocacy, dispute resolution competitions, with laughter and perhaps a few tears and a few sleepless nights, all the way through your final this past week. You persisted, you succeeded, and you have the opportunity to ring the bell. Today we recognize your achievements, and we are proud to welcome you into the distinguished profession of law. And as we look back today on what you have accomplished these past few years, we also look forward, because today you will join 16,000 South Texas alumni, leaders in our profession, successful practitioners, advocates for justice in Houston, throughout Texas, across our country. And like them, you now have a responsibility to lead and to serve. You know that South Texas is a mission-driven law school, one focused on diversity, excellence, opportunity, and service. One of my guiding scriptural principles is found in the Gospel of Luke in chapter 12. To whom much is given, much is expected. Graduates, you have been given much. The opportunity to study law, the gift of intelligence, the support of family and friends, a bright future in a noble profession. You have been blessed. And therefore, we have high expectations of you. In our nation, which relies on the rule of law, in our cities and our states, which require leaders of capability and integrity, and in our communities, which need committed individuals to carry our democracy forward. You now, trained by our faculty, honed by your experiences, are poised to meet and exceed these expectations. You, quite frankly, are the leaders we need. And as I close, I want to emphasize the great potential you now have to do good, to stand up for what is right, to speak for the voiceless, to call out injustices, to act with integrity, to be bold. Every day, every time. We are thrilled to welcome you today to this stage, not only as graduates of South Texas, but also as members of our profession, as colleagues, as advocates, as friends. You have earned this degree, and today we celebrate you. We congratulate you. We commend you. And we charge you because the work is just beginning. You have received much, and much will be expected. So graduates, 2 thoughts. First, congratulations. And second, as you leave this stage today, make all of us here today proud. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the class of 2024 of South Texas College of Law, Houston. I now have the honor of introducing 2 members of our graduating class who have served our school with distinction and excellence. The first is Elena Smith. Her academic accomplishments are numerous, receiving Cali Awards in several classes, the recipient of the Hyman Sloan Scholarship, as well as of the STCL Houston Steward Scholarship, a Dean's List member every semester, a member of the South Texas Law Review, and a Langdell Scholar. And today, she is recognized as well as the valedictorian of the class of 2024. It is customary for the valedictorian to have an opportunity to share a few remarks at our commencement. Would you please welcome the 2024 class's graduating valedictorian, Elena Jan Smith.
Dean Barry, faculty, staff, parents, friends, families, class of 2024, I want to welcome you all once again to this year's STCL Houston's Spring Commencement Ceremony. In reflecting on the last 3 years of law school and looking forward past today's graduation, I find myself coming back to one pervasive topic: impact. The impact our family and friends have had on us since before we entered law school, the impact we've had on each other in our time at South Texas, the impact our professors had on us in our classes and extracurricular activities, the impact attorneys and judges had on us in our clerkships, internships, and jobs, and the impact we will all have on the legal community at large as we graduate and move on into the next steps of our careers and lives. We would all be remiss if we did not take some time over the next few days to stop and thank our friends and families for their immense support and involvement in our lives way before any of us ever even thought about attending law school. We are shaped by the people we grow up with. We are led by example, and we are guided into who we are supposed to be in the earliest period of our lives. Our parents, friends, and families probably affect us more than any other group of people. So graduates, be sure to thank those individuals a little bit extra this week. I think she's sitting over there. Mom, thank you. As first-year law students, we sat in class all week with the same 90 other students in our section. Day in, day out, hour after hour, lecture after lecture, cold call after cold call. The same classmates. There's something to be said about mutual suffering. It bonds you more quickly and more intensely than you realize. The discussion-based nature of law school instruction afforded us all the great benefit of hearing the ideas, thoughts, answers, and perspectives of everybody else in the room. This made us better students. This made us better thinkers. This made us better people. As law school progressed, our classes opened up so that we got to meet more people, make more connections, and hear more perspectives. The extracurriculars we participated in allowed us to refine those connections even more. These connections have impacted us all and will be one of the many things we take with us past today's graduation. We know that this is not the last time we will all be bumping into one another. The faculty at South Texas shapes the lawyers and postgraduate humans that we will become. It's impossible to have made it through Professor Brown Barber's first-year torts classes and not know that you're a better student as a result. You can't take a tax class with Professor McGovern and not be thankful that your first summer internship at the courthouse was completely unpaid, so you have no money and no paycheck to factor into your gross income for the taxable year. It's clear to see that reading any article written by Professor Blackman that appears in the South Texas Law Review Journal is the writing of one of the utmost experts on constitutional law. We can all think of a time when a professor went out of their way to ensure our success. The time that the professors here at STCL Houston have poured into us is something that we must pay forward in the next steps of our careers. Law school students have the benefit of 2 summers dedicated solely to internships, clerkships, and jobs. The opportunity is wide open and meant to get us out of the classroom and endow us with critical, practical experience before any of us begin practicing. The goal is to be a sponge. Soak up every ounce of knowledge that any attorney, judge, clerk, paralegal, or legal assistant is willing to give you. Take it to heart, learn, and grow. Before my first clerkship, I was terrified that practicing lawyers and present or former judges would be dismissive of a first-year law student. I'm sure you can all conjure up a similar feeling. But I'm also sure that you can all attest to the fact that the opposite is actually true. Attorneys love to talk. But more than that, attorneys remember how it felt to be an overwhelmed law school student trying to be a sponge. We know that the opportunities that we have had in working with and speaking with any attorney or judge that has taken the time to teach us anything is invaluable. The impact that all of these individuals have had on us is undeniable. We must take these lessons with us and pay them forward as we graduate and move on. By nature of being attorneys, we will affect so much around us. It is not only an immense privilege, but an immense responsibility. We have had the good fortune of seeing the impact, the positive impact, that all of these formerly described individuals have had on our own lives. And we must now understand that we have the opportunity to greatly impact the legal community at large. We will all do this differently. In the clients we represent, in the arguments we make, in the contracts we negotiate, in the pro bono cases we take, the legislation we draft, the rulings we make from the judge's bench, the law school students that we employ and advise, and the community work that we do. We are all an amalgamation of the people who touch our lives and influence us. Class of 2024, the impact of this school is all around you. There is much to do, so do it well. Congratulations again, class of 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your attention this morning. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. I now have the honor of introducing Caitlin McDuffie, the 2024 president of the Student Bar Association. Caitlin has led the SBA with zeal and a passion for serving others. As the State Bar of Texas Law Student Division Senior Representative for South Texas, she was the voice for her classmates. But her reach went well beyond our school, because Caitlin also represented law students across Texas as the State Bar of Texas Law Student Division Chair and the Texas Young Lawyers Association Law Student Liaison. She's a member of Phi Delta Phi Legal Honor Society and a Presidential Fellow, and she won the Dean's Citizenship Award for her significant contributions benefiting the law school. Please join me in thanking Caitlin for her leadership, and please welcome her to the stage.
How are we doing today, South Texas? Graduates, it's truly an honor to be able to stand here before all of y'all and have this opportunity to say congratulations. So congrats. I think we've all heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. However, I think that saying applies just as much force to law students. For each graduate that sits here today, there is people out in this audience, up on this stage, and even among the graduates that sit here today, who have all bonded together to help support each other. Graduates, please join me in a round of applause and appreciation for all of those who have helped us get to this day. I would like to share some advice with y'all that my dad imparted to me growing up. He was always telling me to stop and watch the grass grow. Now, my very literal, analytical self thought, you want me to put my head on the ground, hold a ruler up to a piece of grass, and watch grass grow? There has to be a better use of my time. But that's not what he was telling me. What he was telling me in a Gen Z translation was to be present, especially with those around us. Just be present, whether it's your friends, loved one, and even our future clients. Be present. Okay, graduates, I know it's our one weekend off, but we're going to do a little rule application exercise. I'm going to give you 15 seconds to sit in this moment and to be present. Because before we know it, this day will be over and our heads will be hitting the pillows. How you choose to be present is up to you. Maybe you simply take in your surroundings, maybe you give your neighbor a hug, or maybe you're starting to regret your shoe choices like I currently am. However, for this to work, everyone must remain seated, and this goes more towards you, our village members. Please remain seated so the graduates can have these few seconds to really be present in this moment. All right, graduates, here's your 15 seconds to stop and watch the grass grow. Okay, graduates, fantastic job. I told you it wasn't gonna be bad, I promised. But thank you for being present in this moment. I hope you will remember my dad's advice going through life and remembering to stop and watch the grass grow in all moments of life. Because 50 years from now, we won't remember the endless TikTok scrolling, but we will remember the moments like today where we were truly present with those around us. Now, it is my honor as the graduating class's SBA president to present to the school the class gift of 2024. Dean Barry, will you please join me? Once again, congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Caitlin, for your leadership, and the school. Thank you to the class for your generosity. We are fortunate today to be joined as well by the South Texas Alumni Association President, Jennifer Stogner, a graduate of the class of 2006. In addition to being a most successful attorney at Abraham Watkins, Jennifer is a proud and fierce advocate for South Texas. Jennifer, would you please come forward and share a warm alumni welcome to our graduates.
Well, I don't have a $5,000 check, so this is probably going to be somewhat disappointing. But graduates, let me just tell you how proud I am of each and every one of you. I know that when you started the journey into law school, you were probably nervous and kind of had no idea what you were doing, and maybe you knew a lawyer too, unless you came from a family of lawyers, but we're here. You did it. Welcome to the family. After you walk across this stage, you will join the South Texas alumni family, which is 16,000 strong and counting. And when you need help, when you aren't sure what to do, when the days aren't always great, or something gets you down, or you just can't get beyond a problem, we're all here. This, what you see on the stage, and even some people in the crowd, is just a little bit of those who will be there to help you. I'm so excited to have you join our alumni family and to walk across the stage and begin your practice. Now, I do agree with your valedictorian about impact. Impact, what can you do? Who can you help? Who's helped you this far? And to that extent, I would like to take just a brief moment to recognize another alumni, my dad. His name's Michael O'Brien. He graduated from South Texas 50 years ago today. And he's over in the crowd over there. And he drove in from Corpus to be here, and he's still practicing today. And he does wills, trusts, and probate. But before I went to law school, he basically pulled me aside and said, I know you think you want to go to law school, and I'm sure you've watched a bunch of episodes of Law and Order, dun-dun-dun. And, you know, I realized that you think what the practice of law is going to be like, but come and work for me on the day-to-day. And so I did, for $6 an hour. It was a very lucrative practice at the time. And I learned all kinds of ins and outs of the law, and I truly realized that I loved it. And when I came to law school, I got an A+ in Civ Pro because he'd hammered all of the rules into my head. He had a huge impact on my life and my career. So I'm going to give you a couple of pieces of advice that he gave me, which are, first, your word is your bond. As a young lawyer, you're building your reputation. The moment you get that bar card, you are now a full-on lawyer, and what you do and what you say, and whether you keep up with it, will matter because people remember. So be the kind of lawyer who someone can shake hands with and know they have a deal. It's Texas. It's the way we do things, you know? The second one is your work product represents you and your family. My father would take things that I would draft and he would like bleed all over them with a red pen, and I'd be like, it's fine, it's close enough. And he said, no, my name is at the top of this page in the letterhead, and it has our family name on it. And so it represents our family the minute I sign it and goes out the door, and I want what we send out to matter and to represent us well. So that's part of the reputation you should build as well. Don't just accept good enough. Make sure it represents you and the lawyer you want to be and will become. Lastly, speaking of impact, there are so many people on this stage who've had an impact on my life and the lives of others. Benny Augusto, who is now my husband's law partner, actually offered my husband a job at Abraham Watkins when he had previously been told it wasn't the right time. But he didn't give up, and eventually he made it to lunch with Benny, and I guess the rest is history. There's an impact that you can make, and that impact is not only in the community, not only with your clients, not only with your firms and your family, but there's an impact here too. Other lawyers and law students have come back to give back to you. The faculty has done so as well. And so I would ask, once you're done with the bar exam, you should do that first. That's really important. You'll get a card afterwards. It'll be really useful in life. But after that's done, please consider remaining part of our family. Don't just wander off. We've got lots to say, lots to do. We do all like to talk. But we are here to help, and we want you to be part of the family that you're just starting today. So I hope that's enough for y'all to be inspired to come back. And also, I want to tell you one more person, Elaine Carlson, who is your keynote speaker today. She had an enormous impact on my legal career and my life. She was one of my favorite professors, so I hope you listen up because her advice has always been worth it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for letting me honor my dad. I do appreciate it. Welcome to the family. As soon as the bar exam's over, I hope to see you all at the celebration, and I hope to celebrate with you as your journey begins as young lawyers. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer, and welcome to Jennifer's dad. I have the very special honor now of introducing our commencement speaker who has had an impact on so many individuals, Professor Elaine Carlson, the class of 1979 from South Texas. Each year, the dean has the opportunity to find a graduation speaker, preferably a graduate, but certainly someone who sets an example of professionalism, of leadership, and excellence in the law. I can think of no better individual than Elaine Carlson. She is the Stanley Crist Distinguished Professor of Law at South Texas, teaching Texas pretrial procedure, Texas trial and appellate procedure, and litigation-related seminars. Her career spans 4 decades. She graduated summa cum laude from South Texas in '79 and served on the editorial board of the Law Review. In 1982, she was one of the first women hired as an assistant professor at South Texas. and she became a full professor in 1988. She is the co-author of the 6-volume treatise, McDonald and Carlson, Texas Civil Procedure, and she's the co-author of 2 Texas Civil Procedure law textbooks. So when you hear the old adage that someone wrote the book on the subject, in this case, it is literally true. Elaine Carlson wrote the book. She has published numerous law review articles, and she is so esteemed that the Chief Justice of the Texas Supreme Court has asked her for several decades to be an advisor and committee member on the Rules Committee of the Supreme Court of Texas. She has received the Texas Lawyer Extraordinary Women in Texas Law Award and has been honored as the Alumna of the Year by South Texas. But more important than that, she has been a mentor, a colleague, a friend, one who breaks barriers and leads the way. She has had an influence on generations of South Texas graduates, and she will be retiring this year. We are grateful and honored to have her today at the podium. Please welcome Professor Elaine Carlson.
Thank you, Dean, for those very kind words. I welcome everyone, Madam Chair, other members of the board, my esteemed, wonderful colleagues, alumni, faculties, and guests, families and guests. And of course, the graduating class of 2024. You did it. You should be so very proud of yourself. I am. When Dean Barry first asked me to give the commencement speech, I said no. I'm Matthew McConaughey. But then I thought, well, I'm being very selfish because I know the one thing, as Curly said, was this class would like to have a final lecture from a law school professor. And so I can't deny you that dream. I stopped counting long ago. I've probably been to at least 50 graduations over the year. And the number one thing I've learned is brevity is to be praised. So while my remarks may be short, they certainly are heartfelt. We usually have 90 minutes together to discuss a topic. Today we'll keep it to 30, exploring what's the true meaning of brevity. Kidding. So, law professor. As a true proceduralist, I'd like to share with you, offer to you, Carlson's rules for the practice of law and life. And there are 10 of them, and I will do so concisely. Number 1 is believe in yourself. The other speakers have suggested to you, you're going to go out there and feel like, I don't belong here. I don't know what I'm doing. You do. You belong there. You invested in your own future. You'd be congratulated for that. And you need to be fearless in going forward. You've earned it. Rule number 2, live up to your profession. You stand on the shoulders of giants. You're not just starting a new job. As Dean Barry suggested and some of the other speakers, you're becoming a member of a learned and honored profession. We, my friends, and I'm going to address my remarks to the students, we, my friends, in addition to serving as a fiduciary to our clients, we have a greater societal role, and that is to make sure that the rule of law is followed. We have been entrusted with that, and we must rise to that occasion. The rule of law is bantered about in the news. What does it really mean? Well, of course, we know what rule of law is, right? The rule of law, broadly speaking, is the principle under which all persons, institutions, and entities are accountable to laws that are publicly promulgated, equally enforced, and independently adjudicated. Let's put the role of lawyers in a historical perspective for a moment. The Declaration of Independence was written by a lawyer. Of the 56 signers, 26 were lawyers. The Bill of Rights was written by a lawyer. Of the 55 framers of the Constitution, 32 were lawyers. 27 lawyers have served as President of the United States. One of the most misused phrases of literature, and taken completely out of context, is the reference to a quote in Shakespeare's play Henry VI. First, let's kill all the lawyers. The line is spoken by Dick the Butcher, who is a follower of a bully who's trying to start a rebellion so the Yorks can later seize the throne from Henry. That would only work if they took away the rights of common citizens, and they could only do that by killing all the lawyers. Now more than ever, we as a profession must steadfastly uphold and protect the legal principles this country was founded upon and on which our very future and destiny depend upon. One need only watch the evening news to see what happens when that responsibility is not taken seriously. My sister likes to quote, she's a political scientist, so we're a real fun family. She likes to quote Thomas Jefferson, and I'm paraphrasing, who said, "Our children and our children's children will accomplish in their generation that which is not ripe for completion in ours." For each generation of Americans must, in their own way, further the cause of liberty and justice. And so as we pass the baton to you, there is still much to be done. And you must rise to the occasion. We need you. You are our future. Run for the legislature. Run for a judge. Get involved. We're depending on you, and you belong there, and you have much work to be done in this honored profession. And in participating in Bar Association or other groups, you'll meet a lot of people. And as Jennifer suggested, lawyers just really want to help young new graduates. They understand that you're a work in progress. So am I, so I have my thing on the right side. I'm still reading. I learned a lot from judges by participating in bar associations and rule meetings and getting involved. And you should give that some consideration. So get involved, stay grounded, and give back. Growing up during our fun family dinners, my father, who served in World War II, as did my mother, would ask each child to share with what they contributed to the world that day. It's kind of hard when you're 5 and the best you come up with is a coloring. But it made you think, what have I contributed to the world today? And so I challenge you in paraphrasing the words of Robert Kennedy, if not you, who? If not now, when? You've heard the expression from Dean Barry, to whom much is given, much is required. Never lose, though, your internal compass. There will be times when you will be put in a position that is uncomfortable. And if you find you're facing that kind of a time, sit back, you're directionally challenged, and look for the radiance of your true north. So I would plead with you to set your standards high, live up to the expectations, while always remaining humble, and start each day with gratitude. Because the other option is not very, as my statute of limitations is drawing, is not that attractive. Keep your eye on the ball, but be flexible. I did not start out to be a law professor. I was a litigator, and I love litigating. And I litigated with a lot of people who were from very esteemed law schools, but I was the one that the head of litigation said, we want you to take the Texas cases. Because he knew South Texas College of Law taught you how to litigate in Texas cases. And I was fortunate enough to have Judge Bell and Professor Davis lead me through that journey. So if an opportunity comes around and you didn't expect it, give it some serious consideration. It may just be the right fit for you. Be flexible. The gentleman who headed up litigation graciously offered me the opportunity to test drive academia for a year, and he held my position open. And I have to say, I love teaching. I always have, even though I didn't set out to go into the profession. And I have found my true passion, and you will too. Keep looking. It's there. Right. Rule number 5, very important, listen. Listen. Simon Sinek, in a book so pointedly observed, listening is not understanding the words of the question. Instead, it's understanding why the question was asked. President Lyndon Johnson would often say, if you're not listening, you're not learning anything. And listening can be active listening. I'm not talking about cobbling together your next response. I'm talking about really focusing on what maybe your adversary is saying, or the judge, or your clients, to try and discern how can we get to a win-win if we can. If we can't, get the win. We'll be very proud of you. Be prepared. Know your opponent's case better than yours. There were situations that I had where I represented mostly defense corporations where things were not well. It was very serious allegations. And when a lawsuit was filed, if you could see by studying their case and the law in their case, well, they have all these other potential causes of action. You may want to get in and settle, get that res judicata train rolling, right? Rule number 7, develop a filter. I've always told my daughter, and I share with my students, you can think whatever you want. You cannot say whatever you think. Right? A filter will serve you well. Rule number 8, here, as was suggested earlier, integrity is everything. So don't compromise your integrity for anyone. And if you find yourself, again, in a spot where you think you might be, stop and redirect, right? Don't go down that path. I can recall when I was getting my remarks together, I was attending a hearing in a very small town, which didn't make me very comfortable. And I went to the courthouse after I flew in and then drove, and was going to file something. And there was a gentleman sitting outside the courtroom at a desk. And he said, "What can I do for you, little lady?" That told me a lot right there. Okay. I smiled. And because he said, "What's this about?" He said, "I'm the judge." So his clerk had been off for the day. And it's unethical, of course, to ex parte a judge. So I said, "Judge, we'll take this up in the morning when opposing counsel is there." He said, "Well, he's coming to my house tonight for dinner." "You're not from here, are you?" was his next question. I said, "No, Your Honor, I'm from Houston." But I knew enough to go back to my room and find local counsel to even balance the scales, so to speak. So there are ways of preserving your integrity but still winning. Form your village is my rule number 9. You can't do it yourself. There's too much. It's too stressful. There'll be times when you're really focused on the legal matter at hand. Your family hates you because you're not really paying attention to them. Your things are piling up in your desk. You've got all kinds of emails, phone calls, whatever. And you need other people. You need to learn to delegate because you can only do so much. So form your village and take advantage of the village and give to the village. And I admit my daughter had catered snacks in Montessori school. Okay. I could not really spend the time to figure out how to make snacks that were gluten-free, sugar-free, taste-free, no peanut oil, no white flour. I'm like, nah, pass. Hand it to the baker. Right? But that served my family well. You can't be all things to all people. So delegate when you can. The final piece of advice I'm going to give you is the obvious one. Enjoy life. As my father used to say to me, this is not a dress rehearsal, right? Life is not a dress rehearsal. And your life is only going to last so long. So go out into this crazy, big, wonderful world and make us proud. More importantly, make yourself proud. Keep in touch. And remember to call your mother. Big shout out to all the moms here today. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you for letting me share this very special occasion with you. Best of luck. Thank you.
Now can you see why I selected Elaine? Professor Carlson, thank you for your years of service to South Texas as professor, barrier breaker, mentor, role model, friend, and always a great sense of humor as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now approached the moment you have been waiting to hear. Please join me in welcoming Associate Deans Ted Field, Dr. Derek Fincham, and Maxine Goodman to present the graduates.
The faculty of South Texas College of Law, Houston, please rise. The candidates for the Doctor of Jurisprudence degree, please rise. Dean Barry, on behalf of the faculty of South Texas College of Law, Houston, we present to you these candidates and certify that upon graduation, they will have met the requirements of the college for the Doctor of Jurisprudence degree. We recommend that these degrees be conferred.
Thank you, Dean Field. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors of South Texas College of Law, Houston, and subject to subsequent certification of the faculty that you have met each of the degree requirements, I confer upon each and every one of you the degree of Doctor of Jurisprudence with all its rights and privileges. Congratulations.
Will the first row of graduates please remain standing and the rest be seated? As your names are called, members of the graduating class will please come forward to receive congratulations from Dean Barry and the doctoral hood from a member of our faculty, signifying the award of the Doctor of Jurisprudence degree. Madeline Claire Amelia Chidester. Brisa Isel Acevedo. Ketsia G. Acosta. Christopher Brian Adkins. Monica Haxel Aguera. Shanze Ahmed. Sarah Perveen Akhtar. Thank you. Insaf Ahmad Al-Hamoud. Shahrukh Ricky Ali. Cameron C. Allo. Sophia Elizabeth Alvarenga. Sophia Grace Antrim. Deborah Annika Bain, cum laude. Francisco J. Barajas. Valerie Amber Bass. Kimry Christine Binns. Kinsey Renee Bach. Brianne Denise Brasky, magna cum laude. Tony Duke Bonilla, Jr. Julia Marie Bonowitz. Daniel Ross Boreen. Gabriela E. Borrego. Vanessa C. Botello. Zachary Tyler Bregman, magna cum laude. Kayla Argelia Vasquez Brito, cum laude. Clark Thomas Bullington, cum laude. Alexia Jordan Cole Bird. Marissa Michelle Cantu. Joshua S. Cargile, magna cum laude. Bailey Carlson. Rainey Carrasco. Helene Alexandra Chacon. Anwar Chagoyan Sanchez, magna cum laude. Quinn H. Chesser. Garrett R. Citron. Keely A. Collier, summa cum laude. Lisa A. Connolly, cum laude. Pedro Pablo Cuellar. Victoria Anahi Cuesta. Humam Das. Chad Davis. Andre Wayne K. DeFino. Wafa Wasim Damashkia. Raymond Key Dennison, summa cum laude. Tiffany J. DeShazo Wood and Ammo. Richard Bronson Didamore, summa cum laude. John Pierce Dodds. Tate Kirkland Dottie, magna cum laude. Dylan Bradley Dominy. Colleen Elizabeth Dunn. Kira Noel Easton. Benjamin J. Eisner. Olivia Ngozi Ikeke. Alexandria Lee Elder. Blake Hunter Elliott. Damaris Fabiana Flores Escalante, cum laude. Jennifer Melissa Flores. DiMarniqua Bobby Christina Fontenot. Kevin Benny Francis. Natalie R. Gallern. Carissa Gandhi. Asael Garcia. Ashley Nicole Garcia. Cristina Alejandra Garcia. Rebecca Carly Garcia. Angelica Garcia Cantu. Gabriel Garcia Gonzalez. Arturo Garza. Madeline Weaver Garza, cum laude. Kyle Marie Gasper, cum laude. Shadi N. Garfa. Chelsea Nicole Gillespie. Zachary T. Gleason. Evan B. Goldberg, cum laude. Brianna Anai Gonzalez. John Michael Gonzalez. Emily Misan Grantham, cum laude. Hayden Turner Green. Amanda Danielle Grove. Jacob Guerrero. William Gunnell. Just Daniel. Daniel Gustafson. John S. Gutierrez, Jr., summa cum laude.
Richard Ryder Haig. Catherine Elizabeth Hamilton, cum laude. Jalexis Arnell Hardy. Chloe Grace Harp Rasmussen. Colleen E. Harrison. John Eric Hawthorne, Jr. Rodney James Hearn, cum laude. Abigail Lauren Hicks, cum laude. Erin Kate Higginbotham. Elizabeth Hart Hill, cum laude. Bailey Michelle Holland. Tristan L. Horton. Haley L. Houston, Hudson. Jacqueline Daniela Ibarra. Amar K. Ikram. Dakota Garrett Johnson. Kanem Alexander Johnson. Cameron Edward Kalina. Tatiana Anastasia Kemp. Heaven Alice Kinner, summa cum laude. Chae Hyun Kim. Nicole Elaine Whitaker King. Thomas R. King, Jr. Natalie A. Kirk. Caitlin P. Cly, cum laude.
Zane A. Koenig, cum laude. Tiffany Lamb. Samuel Joseph Landingham. James Keller LaRoe IV. Lauren Beth Labato. William G. Lee, cum laude.
Crespin Michael Linton II, summa cum laude. Tyler G. Leiser. Marina Sophia Lovelace. Courtney Ann Lewis. Lindsay Elise Loomis. Linda Liu. Melanie Madden, magna cum laude. Sophia Amber Malik. Darvish Singh Mann. Marissa Blake Marshall. Annie Elizabeth Mask. Margaret Rihanna Matheny. Callie Elizabeth Matson, cum laude. Colleen Elizabeth Mayer, magna cum laude. Molly Rose McCutcheon. That's good. Caitlin Diane McDuffie, cum laude. Molly A. McNamara. Arman Ali Marinfar, cum laude. Claire Shamlayan Melcher. Aaron Paul Mellon. Sarah Nicole Memmi. Jonathan Lewis Mills, cum laude. Colin Francis Minks, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Montemayor. Ryan Anthony Morales. Laura Morgan. Victoria Narezo. Victoria Alice Nagudi Nasali. David Wen. Nora A. Agbunagafor, cum laude. Monet Timitape Ojo. Kyle J. Panajoto, cum laude. Kishan Sandeep Patel. I got it. Asan Patoli. Frank Z. Patsouris, summa cum laude. Leah Nicole Payne. Miranda Antoinette Peltier. Jaime Alexander Pena. Samuel Thomas Pendergast, cum laude. Alexander Perez, summa cum laude. Alexandra Reese Farr, magna cum laude. Natalie Ray Piltzmaker, cum laude. Gabriel A. Pizarro. Madeline M. Poole. Danielle Elizabeth Pope. Victoria May Powell, cum laude. Caden M. Pratt. Dylan Allen Presswood.
Nushin Sarah Razmadida, magna cum laude. Hunter Brooks Allen Reed. Clayton Mitchell Reese. James Dalton Renfro, magna cum laude. Brianna Nicole Riley Chavez. Syed Yannick Rizvi. Brian Allen Rodriguez. Ana Laura Rojas Rojas. Estefany Romero, cum laude. Jason A. Rosenthal. Nicholas Connor Roy. Joe Andrew Rubel, summa cum laude. Kaylee J. Rush. Hannelore Monique Saab. Angela C. Salinas Taylor. Austin Tyler Sanchez, cum laude. Diane Estrellita Sandoval Chavez. Connor D. Sands. Lauren Nicole Schrouder. Gabriel Roberto Segovia, magna cum laude. Isaac Matthew Segura, magna cum laude. Janada Amanda Senevaranata. Ekaterina A. Seresheva. Luke Shirley, summa cum laude. Elena Jan Smith, summa cum laude. Lawrence Cade Smith. Samaya J. Sneed. Joel Anthony Stambaugh. Jennifer Marie Stearns. Gabriel Hank Steinberg. Andres D. Suarez. Lorena Ibarguen Sutherland. Kimberly Svetlik. Samantha Victoria Sweden. Simona Francesca Tadei, cum laude. Isabella Marie Tapyador. Reagan Elizabeth Thomas. Christina P. Tipton, summa cum laude. Alexis Thuy Tran. Nicholas T. Tran. Michael Roy Trapp. Israel Andres Trevino. Madison Treestrom, cum laude. Sarah Elise True, cum laude. Grant Hampton Tullis. Camille Ann Vaslawik. Christopher K. Vakula. Alyssa Marie Vasquez. Martha Angelica Vasquez, cum laude. Jacob Reed Vargas. Daniela Andrea Villafani. Rager Harris Wagnon. John Fletcher Walker IV. Morgan May Wallace, summa cum laude. Curtis Maurice Warren, Jr. Margot Lane Watkins. Callie J. Weyenberg. Bailey Nicole Welch. Gunnar Wyatt West, cum laude. Sarah Melissa Whitehead. Matthew S. Williams, cum laude. Paige Madison Worf. Robert Brock Yates. Zachary Alexander Yates.
If you need help with it, I got you. It's not. No one expects it.
I'm going to do it. Sarish Yarapragada. Zara Zaidi. Julius Zambales. Sarah Ashley Cepeda.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, let us celebrate and congratulate the 2024 class of South Texas College of Law, Houston. You just got a standing ovation. That's not bad. Well done. Graduates, give me a minute. I need to talk to your family for a second. So, family, you have done so much to get them here today, and for that we thank you. That's the good news. Here's the bad news. Your job is not yet done. Quick story. My 16th birthday, I thought was the greatest day of my young life, because that was the day I got my driver's license. On that day back in 1983, I felt powerful, excited, free, and I quickly learned I had one problem. I had no car. We did have a family car, a big green ugly station wagon, but I couldn't drive it unless I had Mom and Dad's permission. What I learned is I had proven that I had the knowledge. I knew how to drive. I had a sheet of paper from the DMV to prove it. But that was only step one. Step two is I needed to have a car to drive. And both steps were important if I was actually going to accomplish anything. I needed step one, the driver's license, step two, the car. And today, in a way, is similar in that our graduates have demonstrated that they know the law. They have the skills, they have the capability, and they will have a sheet of paper. They have the diploma to prove it. That can't be taken away from them. And today is a day to be proud. But today is also only step one. Because to practice law, the state of Texas gives everyone a pop quiz. Okay, maybe it's a little more than a pop quiz. They give them the bar exam. And it's very simple. Until a candidate passes the bar exam, they can't fully achieve the dream that they came to South Texas to accomplish. They can't practice law. The diploma is step one. Passing the bar exam is step two. And I will not sugarcoat it. The bar exam is not easy. It's hard for a reason. Because it is the state of Texas trying to ensure that our legal system is in good hands and that the citizens of this state will be represented fairly and zealously and capably by the attorneys who are licensed. How hard is this test? In February, 1,113 people took the test. 536 passed. Yeah, that little groan is exactly right. For those who are quick with math, it's 48%. But South Texas graduates did just a little bit better. In fact, I can proudly say that the state average was 48%. For South Texas graduates taking the exam for the first time, it was 89%. There are 10 law schools in the state of Texas. We beat 8 of them. The lesson is South Texas graduates can pass this test. They can crush this test. But note that I said they can pass. There's an effort necessary, commitment. The same thing that got the graduates to this stage today, they need to do again between now and July 30th, only this time on steroids. There are 2 points. One is they control their destiny. They determine whether they will pass this test. And the second is we know what it takes to pass this test. We have studied it backwards and forwards. We've run the numbers. We have the data to prove it. And I'm going to share the secret with you right now. It's very simple. The data proves that every student has to put in between 400 and 450 hours to study for this test. That's it. Thank you for laughing at that, but yes. And that is every student, whether that student is Elena Smith or the student with the lowest GPA in the class whose name is... No. There were a couple of students who got really nervous right there. Every student has to put in the 400 to 450 hours. They have 11 weeks and 3 days. 400 hours is a lot of time, but if you divide it by 11, that comes out to about 40 hours a week. It's a full-time job. If they wait a couple of weeks, then it becomes 50 or 60 hours a week, and that's not possible. We have to start now. This is, though, where you come in, and I'm looking to you in the back rows and all around. First, they are going to need encouragement and support. Please encourage and support them. Second, please give them the time they need to study for this exam. You will have them back on August 1st, I promise. Third, studying for the bar exam can be all-consuming. You may actually have to remind them to take a shower. Please do, particularly if they're studying in the building. Fourth, studying for the bar exam can be relentless. It can seem overwhelming. Do not let them give up. Do not let them slack off. Do not let them cut corners. Make sure they are putting in the effort because there are no shortcuts on this test. And finally, and perhaps most important, make sure they are working with our team. Folks like Lisa Yarrow and Tony Zamora on the stage right here. They run the best bar preparation program in the country, and I'm going to use the pun, bar none. They have been doing this for years. They know how to get the students to pass. One of the main reasons we're at 89% is those two individuals. In short, it is very simple. Every graduate, 400 to 450 hours. So back to my story. It took a long time and a lot of hours working as an usher at the Warenberg Movie Theater in Chesterfield, Missouri, but I finally saved money and got the car. I completed step 2 and I realized that was now my new best day in my life. And similarly for our graduates, today is a great day. It is step 1, but there is a greater day in store. It's the day that the pass list comes out from the Board of Law Examiners in October and they see their name on that list. That is what we are working for. That is step 2. So I'm pretty proud of 89% in second place in the state. But I have 2 other numbers that I'd like to replace them with. I'd like to replace the 89 with a 100. And I'd like to replace the second with a first. But they can't do it without you. So, I have a suggestion. Give them today off. They've earned it. If you want, give them tomorrow off too. That's up to you. But beginning Monday, this is their full-time job. And Wednesday at 9 a.m. in Garrett Town's auditorium, we kick off our bar program. And I will be there. And I encourage you to help ensure that they are there too. Let's get to work. Your job is not quite done, but we're very close. So, are you in? That was a bit tepid. Let's do this again. Are you in? So we have our numbers, 100 and first. Yes? Thank you. Now I'm back to the graduates. Graduates, you've done it. You are here. You have walked the stage. You personify the mission of South Texas. We are proud to have you carry our mission forward into the world. Congratulations on all you have accomplished. And congratulations on all you will be and do for yourselves, for your families, for your community, for our state, for our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, our ceremony is concluded. Congratulate our graduates. Goodbye, farewell, amen.
every other.